might actually be the one I put up first, just because I feel like it's a cool like relaunch, like just hey, we're back and we've relaunched, and also we're gonna talk about doing shit differently.
Ha! In your face.
In your face, bitch.
Yikes.
I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Not really. Ooh. I don't fucking know you people.
Yes, you do.
I don't know you. Who the fuck are you?
Who is he?
Who's he? Who am I?
Oh God, it's
what the fuck is going on?
I was told I'm the new Proby.
Shut up, Proby!
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of SpeedSim. My name's Amy.
And I'm E-House.
And today we're going to be talking about changing things up. As Airsoft, you play for the longest time. I've been playing for 13 years.
I've been playing for, I guess 13 years, so you count like backyard stuff. 10 years if you don't.
Yep. Inevitably things, you want to change things up and try something differently.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to, try something new. And because Airsoft can get kind of boring.
Yeah. If you do the same thing day to day, you're just using M4s and you have it all decked out, you kind of get bored.
I genuinely think part of the reason Airsofters often have a very short life cycle, because fun fact, if you didn't know this, by all estimates of industry people that I've ever talked to, your average Airsofter has like a 1 to 2 year life cycle before they just rotate out of the game.
And I can attest to that because I do own a field, if you guys didn't know, and I see it every year. Different players come all the time.
And I think genuinely part of the reason for that is I think a lot of players get to a point where they're no longer having enough fun doing things the same way they were doing them, and they decide to quit. Mm-hmm. I think the players who keep going and successfully evolve into what I would call well-rounded players, which, well-rounded by, my standards, but well-rounded players, I think those are the guys who take a look at what they've been doing, think, I'm kind of bored, but I really like this game. Why am I bored with this game I really like? And then they think to themselves, well, it's because I've been doing the same shit for the last year or 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then they try something new. And that is what we're talking about today, is trying new stuff. Some stuff we've tried, some stuff we're going to try, some stuff that we liked, some stuff that we did not like. And let's go. So first of all.
So when I first started, I'm going to take it way back, play with an M14. That was fun. It was not a full wood stock, faux wood, but still fucking heavy. Played with that for 3 years. Then I picked up an M4, and then been playing with M4 up until 2011. So when I started in 2007. So that was a very long time. I've just been playing with M4 all the time. Up until that point, I switched to pistols. I thought, try something a little bit different. Between the M4s, it was AEG and Polar Star, so
yeah,
different systems, still fun. Was really Milsim in the beginning, speed stuff for like the past, 7 years. But now I've been trying to switching things up, going to more Milsim games, trying to get my more Milsim loadout started, trying to have more fun in that direction. Because around here, speed stuff has been severely lacking. Not a lot of people play it anymore, and it just kind of gets boring when you see day in and day out everyone's using the same equipment, and you just want to try something a little bit different and have a little bit more fun with, like Eric mentioned. It gets boring after a while. This time, I'm going to try some sniping.
Ooh, yeah. There we go. We got our own little novrich here.
Let's not take it to that extreme. I picked myself up a Ares Striker ASO 2. Didn't want to go the VSR 10 route because that takes just extreme amount of money. And the ASO 2 already has 9-degree shears and all this and that. Something that we're not going to get into.
We will do a review of that after we've used it for a while.
Yeah.
So for those of you asking if it's any good, we don't know yet. We'll find out.
I don't know. Red Wolf takes forever to ship, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try a little bit of sniping because I want to try something a little bit different. Our Kyle,
Kyle has the, oh my God.
SRS.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, the SRS, and he's been doing it by himself for, the past couple months now. Yeah. And I want to join him on his adventures because I feel like it'd be fun. And both of us are trying to get into, the run can, scope cam stuff, so we want to try to do some recording on that, so it should be pretty fun. That's what I'm going to be trying next season.
Nice. Whereas, you get to me, and I admit I've kind of been doing things pretty much the same. I've always been like, yeah, I like tactical guns, I like M4s, I like, loading up on Molly gear. But this last season, I noticed a theme, and I think it started with the first time I went militia at Milsim West in 2017. I've really enjoyed stripping down my gear. this last year. That was a change up that I did this last year. And I've been really enjoying doing more LARP heavy stuff.
Yeah. Fun fact, I've been building up more gear.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how we've kind of switched here. But like I used a satchel at a ton of games this year as my only piece of load bearing gear.
Can you put a picture in it? Because people would love to see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll put another picture of that satchel up. Because satchel kit, best kit. But it's something that, you know, is so different from what I'm used to. And then I've been attending more LARP games. I've always liked LARP games, but there's so few of them around.
Some do it better than others.
Some do it better than others. But I went to a LARP game back in 2011. And it was as early as that I knew I was into the concept. And now we've got Omega Productions just launched from some local people. And I just went to that, had a super amount of fun with it. So I'm going to be way more involved with those guys. And I'm also planning on going to the Session Escalation from Milsim West to try out their Insurgency format. So it's a bit of a different change from usually I do super tactical guns and I like having, you know, my high speed low drag gear and I've got all my custom load bearing gear. And now I'm like, okay, let's role play as a civilian or a raider, have a super basic gun and barely do any shooting as compared to most of the airsoft games I go to. And now that's like, yes, that's so awesome. And it's such a stark contrast to the other thing I've been doing is I've been doing machine gunning so much. Because I usually went as a rifleman. You know, I'm a good rifleman. I'm good at, you know, just carrying a rifle and going and shooting stuff. Point me in a direction. I'll charge in and die like an idiot. And it'll be fucking great. But now what I've been doing is I've been carrying a machine gun a ton. And I'm super good at that because carrying a machine gun is not hard for me. And I'm, you know...
Accuracy by volume.
Yeah. And if you tell me to point in a direction and hold the trigger down, I'm really good at following directions. So...
Basic as they are.
Yeah. So those are things that, you know, I've been trying and that I plan to continue to expand upon in this coming season that I think are going to be a really fun direction for, you know, my gameplays. You know, that LMG gunner kind of specialty role and just really tuning that in and also getting really good, or what I hope to be really good at doing a lot of really fun LARP stuff and being very involved in the more LARP side of airsoft because I love that shit. So that's stuff we're looking to try. What about stuff that we have tried previously that maybe did or did not work? Do you want to go first?
Oh man, I have to think what didn't work for me.
Or maybe something that did work that you're just kind of over now.
Battle belts. I like battle belts from the beginning. I still have plenty of them. More recently, it's just been kind of a nuisance because they kept writing up more recently than before for some weird reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But regardless, I ditched that and now I've been just running the Spiritus pretty much every single time I go out just because it's so versatile. I really like it. And changing up my gear, I guess.
Yeah.
Like for clothing wise, I've been buying more 511 pants and gotten some Condor uniform. What is it called? Combat shirts. That's what it's called. Yep.
So you found that your gear preferences have changed.
Definitely.
I previously thought that I wanted to do a more DMR style role. This is something I experimented with a couple of times throughout the years. And I was like, I'm going to build a DMR. I'm going to, you know, do long range. It's going to be super cool. And I very quickly discovered something about myself.
You're not patient.
I am not that patient. It's a lot easier for me to have as good as possible, basically, of shooting a regular rifle so that I can run in and still do close quarters stuff and so I can still clear buildings and be on the front line, because sitting back with a scope and doing a lot of spotting, I'm not that, number one, I'm not that patient, and number two, I'm just not that good at it. I genuinely think part of my limitation, and this is going to sound like an excuse, and it kind of is, but part of my limitation is I don't wear glasses when I play Airsoft. And I don't have contacts either, which a lot of people in the comments can be like, well, that's stupid. You're right. But but I hate contacts. Like, I can't put contacts in my eyes.
And it's ewy.
Well, it's just a weird like thing I've never been able to get over. I think it's actually part of my eye condition, which I can't even remember off the top of my head now. I'm just so used to wearing fucking glasses. But my vision is good enough that I can play Airsoft. I just, at range, I kind of have to take a second to be like, is that a friendly? And I generally think that is a limitation for me when I tried to do like spotting and sniper type work, is I lack the patience for it, and I'm just not that good at it. And another thing is I'm not that good at tech. So unless I were to build a DMR with just straight up HPA, building a DMR is a pain in the ass sometimes.
So I didn't even consider it.
Yeah.
I just like went straight bolt action.
Because if you want to build a DMR that goes up to the max, like 500 feet per second, a lot of events will allow. If you're building that on an M4, you got some work ahead of you sometimes. It's that's why most people just go HPA. I mean, Matt and Jim both have guns that are DMR ready, and those are just N7 milsims with CO2 stocks, which I think would be the route I would go if I were to try it again, but I'm in no hurry. So,
anything that's sticking?
Anything that's stuck that we have tried previously?
Well, things that you're not going to change.
Things that I'm not going to change.
Because the only
that I had previously changed up.
No. Things that you're using now.
Oh, that will never change. Yeah. That's the thing. There are baseline things that sometimes are just going to be your preferences that like really aren't going to go anywhere. And ever since I tried 2-point slings, I don't foresee myself, unless I'm using like a sub gun, ever going back. So I think any setup I build is still going to be based around carrying with a 2-point sling. And any other baseline stuff is just, it needs to be light enough that I can carry it well, even if it's heavy. Like my Mark 46 is not overloaded, and it's very well balanced that I can use it like a rifle. I like having things that are comfortable and ergonomic regardless of what they are. I'm never going to make a setup that, I'm going to change things up by having this shit that's totally uncomfortable that I'll never ever want to use again. Like anything I do needs to be comfortable.
Right.
And also, it needs to be effective. Like, I'm not going to roll a setup that I can't be reasonably effective with just because it's different.
Yeah.
And that sounds very try-hard, and maybe it is, but to me it's not fun to just get curb stomped over and over and over again because I wanted to try using a shotgun at a full field game.
The only thing that's not going to change is my eye prop. I will always rock the die.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like the fogging. I don't want to spend a
very
bazillion amount of money into different eye pro when they'll end up fogging again.
That's fair enough. All right. I think that's
If you guys are changing something and you got bored with, let us know in the comments, because I actually want to hear about that.
Yeah, if you are looking for ideas to change up something, put those in the comments below too. And if maybe you're getting to that stage of burnout where you're thinking, I should try something new, or
you're trying to quit.
Yeah, or this game sucks, I don't really like it anymore. Maybe
Switch it up.
Maybe just try something different. Maybe try, if you've never gone to an indoor SpeedSoft type game, go to one of those. You've never gone to a milsim game,
Or if you only
go
use
to one of
rifles,
those.
try something different, like shotgun or a pistol.
Or SMG or LMG.
Yeah.
Everyone should try LMG. I mean, that shit's fun. But
unless you're me and you can't really carry it.
Oh, come on. Just get a glorious VTAC sling.
All right. We haven't mentioned that enough.
No, not enough. All right. With that shilling out of the way, I think we've just about covered this subject.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will catch you next time. Once again, my name is Amy.
And I'm eHouse.
And we'll catch you later.
Peace. Thank you for watching this video from Gun Gamers. We hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. Check the description below if you'd like to buy a t-shirt or a patch, and use the coupon code JUDY10 for 10% off of your next order at Amped Airsoft. Thank you again for watching, and praise Judy.